Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, coming to you on a pre-recorded video that will be on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Memory Inkers, and also on my YouTube channel, which is either under my name, Carrie Beglow, or Memory Inkers. You can find me either way, and my Stampin' Up! Website is memoryinkers.com. So today I'm going to show you my paper pumpkin alternatives and remind you that Stampin' Up! Does have that awesome special right now where you can get $125 in product for $35 when you buy the demonstrator kit. Now that sounds a little misleading because you do not have to demonstrate. Of course, in my opinion, that's an awesome thing to do, but you don't have to. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions. Just comment or reach out to me. Either way, I am here. So this is the Cozy Christmas. And I know you've probably already seen quite a few alternatives made with this kit. As you know, I'm still moving a little slow. We do have my daughter's memorial in 2 weeks. So my brain is thinking that's when I'm going to totally fall apart, and then I can get back to normal, whatever the heck normal is. I don't even know. But anyway, so hopefully I'll also be a lot farther along in my cardiac rehab. So that's good. Anyway, on to the paper pumpkin. So these are the beautiful cards that they suggested. They're very pretty. I don't think I made any exactly like this. So I've got a few I'm going to make for you today. So let me get started. I'm probably not going to use the stamp set. Obviously you see that I did use it, but look at how awesome. I guess I should flip that over. Look at how awesome. Merry Christmas, joy to the world, deck the halls, little like shiny like diamonds, I guess we'll call them, or sparkles, and then a star. So it's a really nice holiday set. So I'm going to keep that in there. One of the other things that I did use on some of my samples is the Abundant Joy dies, which is the paper pumpkin add-ons. If you are a paper pumpkin purchaser, wow, say that 3 times fast. You can order this set. I believe it's $12. You get a tag, little like you know those flowers that look like little stamens. They just have little dots. It's like that. Couple of leaves, a flower, and the word joy. And the word joy is stitched, which is pretty cool. I'll show you. It is on one of my samples, but this is a really nice add-on for paper pumpkin this quarter. All right, so let's see what we're doing here. Oh, before I go too far, I had the most fun on, was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I met up with someone who is actually a demonstrator, Barbara Cuoca, who is often following me on my page. So I don't know if she's going to see this because I know she's at a girls' weekend, but maybe she will eventually. So, hey, Barbara, thank you so much. She's from California, and you know, I'm from Michigan. So we met up at this little restaurant, kind of in between where her family was and where I am. And it was so fun. But she made me a couple of these, and I just have to show you. It's the simple little matchbox, but look how cute. Look at that. And these are just holes that she punched out and made eyeballs on those mints. Is that the cutest? Oh my gosh, that's so, so cute. And trick-or-treaters will love them. So thank you for that treat also, Barbara. So you're awesome. All right, so on one of the cards, I am using this plaid. It is called Timeless Plaid. It is online. I assume it's still there. I'm just going to tell you guys straight out. I don't know anymore what's available, and I just quit looking. First of all, I don't have the health to be doing that, and I don't have the time. So if there's something I show you and you can't find it online, I hope you can find a reasonable facsimile or look in your stash. Let's use up our stash, right? So anyway, this is a great plaid set. So for this card, I got to find which one it was. I'm sorry. I have a pile here. Is this it? I try to have everything all figured out. Yep. Oh, okay, here are all my pieces. So this is one of the card bases from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And then I am using Cherry Cobbler. Now look, you will see later that I used this. I cut out the tag, which is from the Paper Pumpkin add-on dies. Okay, and then here is just a piece of that plaid. So, I mean, why? I mean, I purposely cut it out in the center because I knew I could use this piece, right? Why waste? So, I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this on. This is a pretty simple card. I think you're going to like it. I hope you are. Please be sure, even though this is pre-recorded and I am not live, please leave comments. And also, I'm going to apologize. I see I have glitter glue on my hands and all kinds of other stuff. I finished playing and I didn't want to wait. I knew that if I didn't make my video now, I may not feel good enough to do it later. So, sometimes I just, you know, especially on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when I have physical therapy, I am useless. And it's not like I'm doing anything terribly hard, but, you know, open heart surgery does, you know, take a little bit, you know. They keep telling me I'm doing great. So, hey, I got to drive myself to go out to lunch. So, I do feel pretty good. Now, I saved this little piece that I cut off. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just stick that on the inside just because I think it's fun to do that sometimes, don't you? I just kind of like to have some fun. So there we go. Just a little bit of an inside piece and I use the liquid glue because heaven knows I never get anything straight and that is so crooked. So it gives me a chance to maybe straighten it out a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. So now these are pieces from the Paper Pumpkin and you have to adhere the things on there. And I hold on, I'm looking for, here it is. I'm looking for a couple of things. My silicone mat and my little silicone, I guess they call this a brush, but and that's how I'm going to get this on there. The silicone mat is from Stampin' Up. The little brush is like a group of things. I think they call them makeup brushes. But as a crafter, you know, really? No, that is a craft brush or palette or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this is the best way I have found if you've got a die that's already done, not one. I mean, if you do it yourself, you know, we have that awesome double sticky paper that you could put it on. And then it's just a matter of trying to get it to line up. I'm going to have to hold this in my hands or it's not going to work. So, cuz it like fits perfectly on here. Like maybe even not perfectly. Like maybe it hangs over a little, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I did last time. Yeah, it hangs over a little bit, but you get the idea. That is not super sticky. Okay, so now I was going to put this on with dimensionals, so let me see. Because this piece is hanging over just a little too far, but maybe I can grab it. Let me see here if I'm very careful. There we go. That'll work. And just put a couple of pieces on here. Like this was my lazy you know how people are coloring in the back of theirs? This was my lazy way of doing it. And not all of them have anything on them. So it didn't really work for me. That's because I did it not the good way. All right. So now let me pick this up. Now this is interesting because this is the top that doesn't have that little doohickey-bobber. So I just want you to be aware of that. So I'm going to kind of center that on there. It's not really perfectly centered, is it? I know perfection is overrated. I completely agree. So now grab another dimensional. I should have took the sticker off first, but hey, this will work. Okay. Then I'm going to put just a little bit on here and scrape that off. Now I can see I didn't hang it down far enough. So let's see if I even have enough sticky. I do. And then I have snips to snip it off right there. Okay. So I've got that. And then I do want to put a sentiment on it. So, but the sentiments, as soon as I can find them, here they are. The sentiments are all in white, and all of this is cream. And although the white is pretty on some of the cards, I don't think I particularly want this to be white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scrap or an old grid piece, and I knew I needed these and I forgot why. Hold on. What did I do with them? Oh, I put them right next to me. They're like right here. Okay, so I grabbed my Basic Beige ink pad, which is the color of the background card base and the background of the ornament. So you have to be careful with this because look, it's going to come out really darker than I want. So I just want to get it to where it's more of that that basic beige color. Okay, so it's very subtle. So now it's not stark white anymore. Okay. It did manage to run the red ink, which I stamped on there a while ago, so kind of bummed, but that's all right. And I was going to pop this up, but I realized I'm going to just go ahead and put it underneath. Well, no, I still will. So I've made some fun alternatives this month, and I'm hoping you're going to like them. I have a couple of quickies like this one to make for you today. And I know everybody loves alternative cards. And I think it's because, you know, as crafters, although we like to give kits and stuff to our friends so that they'll, you know, get addicted like all of us, we tend to want to use our creativity. So we tend to just do a little bit different. All right, so there we go. And I'm okay with that sticking there. So, and then I have the bling. Let me see. I have it. I had it. All right, where is it? It's probably back here on my table. It is not. Where's my bling? Huh. Okay, give me just 1 second to find it. Okay, I found it. This is the really beautiful cherry cobbler sequins that came with the paper pumpkin kit. And I'm going to grab my take your pick tool, and I'm going to use these small sequins on top of where the berries are on this little ornament hanger thingy. Okay, so there we go. There is one of the cards that I'm making for you today. And remember, I did put a little inside. So there's that one. All right, now, here's another one with that ornament. But you're going to see I used that background for another card, the background to the ornament. So I have to do something else. Also, that doesn't go with that, and neither does, oh, this does. Okay, so this was one of the envelopes that I used a piece of the envelope for later, and this is a piece of the envelope too, which I may or may not use on the card. I haven't decided. So here we go. This is another simple one. So again, this is Basic Beige cardstock because I ran out of card pieces from the kit. And I will show those at the end of this video. And then this is a piece of Very Vanilla. It is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and then the envelope piece is 3 3/4 by 5. Did I say that right? 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. You guys probably know those dimensions, but you know, I don't know who's watching all the time, and you could be new to all this, and so you don't know that those are basic matting sizes. So just going to put that on there like so. And then it is going to go on the front of the card. I don't know why I keep closing this. Well, actually, I do know because I tend to forget it and then it dries. And that's not good, right? Okay, so that is going on there. Then I've got the Deck the Halls, and I've got this fun little thing. Now, I don't have another one of the hangies, okay, like this, which would have been pretty, but I used them all. And I don't have another background. I don't know if you know, but these are flocked. So is this. This piece is flocked. All the pieces, these are all flocked. And you know what that is, right? That's that fuzzy. It's fuzzy. So I'm going to grab this again and see if I can do this without making a big mess, because now I have glue all over my silicone sheet. And see what I can do here. Okay. I have other silicone sheets. They're not really handy right now, but I've got more, so in case I have to do that again. And you know, if you've never used silicone sheets, they are like self-cleaning. Like after that adhesive dries, I'll be able to just peel it off. All right, so now I'm going to just center-ish this. You know, it may not be perfect, but there it is. Now I'm going to use the Deck the Halls again. And these were actually on, they went behind this on the basic card. But I am going to use them to go behind the Deck the Halls. But I don't want to cut it off, so I'm going to just cut it in half. And then put a little adhesive on this side and put it on there like so, like that. And then a little adhesive here. And put this one on. Does that fit now? No. I have to scoot this in a little bit. There we go. And then dimensionals again. Now, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I'm adding stuff like this, I make sure the dimensionals go on both pieces. Just in, you know, a little added adhesive security blanket. Okay. Super simple, right? Super simple card. And I mean, it's not, I mean, this is not over the top exciting. I'm saving those to show you with my when I show you the ones that I created. So now I'm just going to add, I've got a lot of these big sequins, so I think I'm going to use those up. So super simple card, right? I didn't do anything to the inside, but that doesn't mean I couldn't take this piece, which is from the envelope, oops, and I could put it in here just for some added bling. That actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, fine, I'll do it because it does look good. It looks pretty cool. even though it has the fold, because those two papers met at the fold of the envelope. I'll show you the envelopes in a bit. Okay, and I'm going to put this right to the edge and see how that goes. It's even like the right length. What? How'd that happen, you guys? So that's pretty, right? I really like it. I hope you guys like it. I think it looks cool. So it's got this color and then just another added fancy thing on there. Okay, so there's the second card. I think I have just one more to make for you guys today. And I wanted to show you, this is one of the pieces that came from the kit. And I ran it through this 3D eyelet embossing folder here, which then came out, hang on, like this. And then this is garden green, I believe. I believe this is garden green. Right? Let me make sure. No, it is shaded spruce. Yeah, you know, I've never been really good at memorizing when I'm trying to do a video. I like forget what I'm doing. So, it's not a big surprise, right? So anyway, I have that extra piece here, which I'm probably going to decorate. I just don't know how yet, but that's going to go on the inside here, because then it'll match up with this, which I'm going to put on the front. Now these are my simple cards because I wanted something simple while I was making the video, because I knew that after creating I was going to be very achy. I am very achy right now, but so I wanted to keep them kind of simple, and then I'll show you my, if you want to call it fancy, okay, my fancier cards. So these, I'm putting this tree together a little bit differently. These are flocked, love it. So I am going to put some adhesive here, and this is how I put all these trees together. I don't know if it's right or wrong. There they are. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I think it's right. But I then put dimensionals on the like scallopy part, and just some liquid glue here at the bottom. I hope I'm in camera range so you guys can see that. That's what happens when you don't go live. But I'm not really happy about going live on Facebook anymore, because they've been like deleting pages, right? It's like they delete them after a while, and I'm not sure they do that with videos that are put on. So I'm going to press that down so it kind of causes, I'm hoping you guys can see, it causes it to go up a little. Well, I'll do it like that. Causes it to go up a little bit and give your tree some dimension. Now I know I'm going to want to put the Merry Christmas in there. So I am going to put this up higher than I did on the other cards. On the other cards, it goes like kind of like that. You kind of get it pretty close, but I'm not going to do that this time, because the Merry Christmas is going to cover up that gap. At least that is the plan. So for me, I am kind of eyeballing it. There we go. Yep, that's going to work. And then, of course, the last one to go on is the little top of the tree. Now, I'm out of the little stars. So, this tree will not have a little star topper. Not a real cute little... I could have made one. There's a die. I just didn't think about it. I should have thought of it, but I didn't. So, here we are. There is the top of the tree. Press that down. And then I want to put the Merry Christmas on here. And I'm going to put dimensionals here, but not here, because this has already got dimensional on it. And so I don't want the Merry Christmas to be weirdly floopy. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive here and then pull this off. I don't know if you can hear, but I think my husband is in the back making some kind of clicky noise. That he shouldn't be back here while I'm making a video. Okay, so there we go. So there's that. So now I'm going to add some, I think I'll add one of these at the top of the tree, right? So it's got to have something. So we're just going to put a little of one of the big red dots up there. And that's it. Super simple little Merry Christmas card, but I think this background really helps. And then the inside will match. I think I want to do something with it. I don't know what. Maybe I'll add part of it to be embossed, like down a side or something. So those are the 3 cards that I have made for you today. So let me set them out so you can see them. And then I will show you all of my, oh, that didn't stay down. I may have to reattach that. Okay, so there's those 3 cards that I made. Super simple. Now let me show you the other cards. Now this one is still wet. And I'm not crazy about how the gold joy came out. The J and the Y look good, but the O looks not great. And what I used was from the Advent. We got that glitter glue. That's what I used. So this is still a little bit wet. But you can see there, and I put sequins on. Did I do the inside? No, I didn't do anything on the inside. So I got to set this aside because it's still wet, and I don't want it to get ruined. All right. Here is another Christmas tree. Now for this one, the tree is very white. It's a very white background, and I wanted it to have more green. So just like I did with the basic beige, I used old olive very lightly to go over these same pieces to make the tree completely green. And then the stars, let me show you that. Those are a new online item. And they are called faceted snowflakes. Look at that. Woo, that's blingy. Blingy, blingy, blingy. So this one has the clear or silver and just the red. But you'll see another card. Also, this is, what's the name of that folder? Hold on. This is from the Garden Glass. I used this folder down this side. And then I wanted the Merry Christmas on there, and it didn't fit the way I wanted. So I just put it sideways. Because why not? And then this is the star, and I was playing with it the correct way, and it kind of got messy. So I turned it over, and I have a gold paint pen, and I just colored it with that. So now it's gold. Okay. And then here is one. Oh, I didn't show you this one. I used the same gems on this one. I'm hoping you guys can see. I don't know if the bling is coming out as good, but it's blingy, blingy, blingy. So same tree. I didn't color it this time. Okay. And then here's this one. This is from the die, and this is the tag. I just cut off the little taggy loopy thing. And these are the pieces that I had left over from some of the other cards. Oh, look, I did have another star. I knew I should have had another star. That's funny. Okay, so there's that. And this one, I went a little crazy. These are Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I went a little bit crazy. Also, I popped up the joy on this one with dimensionals. I really like this card. And then here is another one where I it's pretty simple also, like the last card. And I stamped the Deck the Halls instead of using the one with one of the labels, just to be different. And then here's another Joy to the World. Again, I popped up the joy. This is some ribbon that was tied around something I had. and it just ended up on my craft desk. So I thought, well, I'm going to use it because why not, right? So there is that one. Did I do anything inside? One of my blingies fell off. I'll have to fix that. It must go right up here. So I'm filming, honey. So uh-oh.